So I am here with Jennifer Finnigan. Tell me about Monday mornings.
This is very inside the actor's studio.
Yeah, well, the personality will start to come out just like in the actor's studio, like around question 4.
Okay. When you ask me my favorite swear word.
Yes, yes.
I will tell you about Monday mornings. So, let me see, what's a nice way to describe it? It's based on the novel by Sanjay Gupta, which was a bestseller. And it sort of reflects some of the experiences he's had as a neurosurgeon in his life. There are these meetings that are obligatory.
Morbidity and morality.
Morbidity and mortality.
I said that.
You forgot the T.
No, I totally said that. We'll check the tape.
Check the tape.
Okay.
Roll it back.
Okay.
These meetings are mandatory, and every hospital has them. Every doctor has to take part, every surgeon. A little bit traumatizing as can be, in that doctors are forced to get up in front of their peers and talk about mistakes they've made. They're forced to be held accountable for the mistakes they've made. They are often criticized. I'm not going to say attacked, but it's happened by their peers. You know, for a surgeon, for a doctor, a person who operates with that level of ego because it's necessary for the job, to get up there and be so vulnerable and be criticized by all these people that you respect and that you look up to, who look up to you. It's a very different side of the medical field that most people don't know about. I never knew about it until doing this show.
You know, I feel like this show, everybody describes medical shows as like, oh, it's a medical drama. This is a medical drama. This is a medical drama. This is really a medical drama because I felt like, you know, it made me smarter as I watched the episode because I was like pulling out like medical journals to follow along. So like, I
love that you said that because every script dealt with another issue that I really did not know about. I mean, we deal a lot with the legalities, malpractice, the administrative issues, organ donation, and all of the ins and outs of that.
Right.
And when I talk about it, it sounds like I'm reading like a boring medical journal, but David has a way of twisting these into like very interesting stories and threading our character storylines through them. I really think it's different. I mean, it's heavy material, but it's so fascinating and informative and intelligent, and I'm kind of nuts about it.
Do you think that like the average television viewer will be able to like pick it up? Because I felt like it took me an episode to sort of get into it. You know, the first episode, it was like I was expecting, you know, when's she gonna hook up with him, and you know, like when's that gonna happen? And there was no hookup. It was like literally just about the patients, and I have never seen a show like that.
Yeah. Well, trust me, as an actor, by episode 3, I was like, when am I gonna hook up with this guy already? But it's so much more complicated than that. I love the way that David, so subtly, you just see touches of their personal life. You know, in the pilot, Tina and the character is there really to facilitate the Ty story. She's really there to support him. She's kind of a pillar of support for a lot of the characters, and I really wanted her to be the heart of the show. I
was gonna call her the Lisa Simpson. I thought she was like the most recent, like, you know, you've got the neurotic one, and then you've got the one who's a little bit arrogant, and then you've got like Jorge, who like, I don't know, what's Ving Rhames' deal? Like, I feel like he's like a ghost that just like comes in, you know, and he's just this authoritarian figure. Yeah. But nobody knows what he does. Like, what does he do?
He is the trauma. He's the trauma chief.
Okay.
So when he handles the emergency room, so when people wheel them in, and he's so quick, and trauma chiefs have to have that quality. He can basically look at someone and know what is ailing them.
So he's not just a know-it-all.
He's not just like a sage that Yoda that sits in.
Right.
No, and he develops over time too. We all do. But I just love how David is subtle about it, and like you said, I mean, because every show would do that. Every show would make them hook up. In fact, I don't even know if I should divulge this, but originally I do believe that was the plan in the first episode, to have some sort of physical connection there. But
see, and I'm glad they didn't go that route. I don't know about you, because it makes it different, you know?
Yeah.
Inevitably, I'm sure that the comparisons to Grey's Anatomy are going to come up, you know, and I'm just interested in your take.
Not until someone watches it.
Right.
Because the minute they watch it, they're like, no, this is more, I mean, they always compare it to something.
Yeah.
So we get the comparisons to ER. And I'll take it, because I was a giant ER fan.
Right.
Now, I like Grey's Anatomy. I think there's, God, had a great audience. It's been, what, a decade?
Yeah, exactly.
But this is just a different approach. It's more about the cases, it's more about the medicines, and it's more about those meetings, and just seeing these doctors at their weakest point. What I love is that the people that I know who've seen one or two, regardless of the fact that there's no one hooking up and there's no crazy like sexual tension, they're desperate to see the next episode. And I've never worked on something like that before, where people are saying, I really can't wait to see the next one. So I don't know what David did, other than just really great writing, but I think it does have that feeling of, I really want to see what happens.
And Rolliston, I wanted to find out a little bit more about Sanjay Gupta's involvement in the series, right? Is it true that like he comes by and like really it increases the medical involvement? Like this is how you're supposed to do this like aneurysm removal.
Yes, yeah. In the pilot, he taught us how to clip an aneurysm on a cow brain. He was around all the time during the pilot, and then I mean he's kind of busy with the triathlon,
right?
The writing and the traveling the world and CNN. Kind of busy.
Right.
But he always made time to. He was always available, and it's so amazing because it's based on his book.
Right.
So how great for an actor who's playing a character that's already been fleshed out.
Right.
And if I have any questions, I literally can just text him, and I have, and said, how would I handle this? How would you want this played? Because you know, for the most part, I know who this person is, but I'm still trying to flesh her out.
Yeah.
So I have the guy who, you know, gave birth to the character.
I feel like it's a new experience for the viewer who hasn't really seen a medical drama before. David E. Kelley, this is not a typical Ally McBeal-esque kind of show, you know, and I feel like it's even a new thing for you as well. Is that part of the appeal, that sort of like everybody is sort of learning about the show as it goes on, including the actors?
I think so. Yeah, I think, especially when you've been doing this a while, you just want to be challenged. I mean, we all say that, right? We all want that in our given fields. We just want to feel stimulated and challenged. And, you know, this really runs the gamut from the jargon to the, choreography of the procedures and the way to hold the instruments and, you know, the delivery of bad news to patients, and how to temper the emotion. How much does that affect me as a doctor delivering horrible information to the patient? There's so many things that, you know what, I even love learning about the anatomy of it. I'm now somebody who used to faint when I got my blood drawn.
Yeah.
I now am curious about this stuff. So it's great. It really keeps me, you know, stimulated every day. And I think everyone who has feels that way.
And why should people watch it?
Gosh, I hope from everything I just said they're convinced. But I feel like give it the pilot and then maybe one more, and I have a feeling you'll be hooked. I just think it's a special piece of TV. There's not a lot of great scripted shows on right now. I think in a world that's bombarded by reality TV.
Not that there's anything wrong with reality.
Hey, it's half my TiVo is reality, okay?
Yeah.
I've resigned myself to it. But I think it's kind of nice to give this a chance, something that's done with so much care and so much precision, and I hope people enjoy it.
Well, I will be watching because it's, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I lined this up all day.
Oh boy.
Okay. Monday mornings, morbidity and mortality, Murtz. I think it's a match made in heaven.
Indeed.
Right, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure.